Hi, I'm Linda Fox. I am senior reporter with PhocusWire, and I'm in the PhocusWire studio at Phocuswright Conference. I'm with John Mangelaars, and he is the CEO of Skyscanner. Great to have you here, John.
Thank you.
So let's talk about 2024. What are you seeing in terms of booking trends, destination trends, any other kind of behaviors that travel companies should be thinking about?
Yeah, I think there's two big ones. One is I'm quite surprised by what people are liking today. So we did some research, and every year we do research, and there's very much the trend is around experiences. So it could be like a food experience, could be like a festival, it could be like a fun location to relax, but even like movie scenes. Like I was in Sardinia a couple of weeks ago, and the hotel was saying like, yeah, this is where James Bond drove out of the ocean.
Right.
And like, so people go there and they sit on the beach where James Bond drove out of the ocean. So I think it's all very cool. This like notion of like experiences, but like different type of experiences.
Yeah, ones that are a little bit harder to touch, right?
Yeah. They're like memories. And then the other one is, which is the capacity. When you talk to airlines, you see a lot of aircrafts on order, but today the capacity is still a bit below. Which puts pressure on the ecosystem. So then you see like prices being somewhat too high. And I'm looking forward to the capacity sort of like settling down, the aircrafts becoming available, the pilots becoming available again, and make the travel a bit more affordable.
So you believe a correction in price might be coming?
Yeah, I hope rather sooner than later, but it will take a bit of time. But and there will be different routes when step by step, I think.
That would be good for all of us. And in terms of booking, anything changing in the booking window are you seeing?
No, it's still recovering from COVID, which was very short. But we see some or less. We see here and there less peak. It's more like even. So
okay.
That you have less of these like big days or like smaller days. It's more even now.
Okay, so in terms of business momentum and audience growth and geographic as well, tell us what you're thinking about there and what expansion you're thinking about.
Yeah, we're quite happy because we see about 25% more visitors a month than we saw in 2019. So we came strong out of COVID, which is good for us. And also we continue to see like a growth in markets because that's of course correlated to the 25%.
Yep.
And this has been helped by the fact that we have been like localizing in Arabic, we have been localizing in Hebrew, localized in Hindi.
Okay.
So we continue to invest around the world in teams and in capabilities, which then translates into more travelers.
Okay, that's good. This idea of traveler first experimentation. So what you're talking about there is putting the customer at the heart of everything that you're trying to innovate on, I'm presuming. So what are you doing? What are you experimenting around? Yeah,
there's the process and there's what do you experiment around. And the process, basically, we ask travelers like what do they find important? And we have a top 10 list. Then we experiment, and then we make sure our platform is capable of like rolling this out globally quickly. So that's the whole process. Now, when you look at the top 10, there's very much things around, I want to know what the real price is, not like this is the hidden cost.
Yep.
I want to be helped plan because there's not a lot of great planning tools.
Sure.
So those are things that are and then the other thing is I want to be a bit inspired, but they go to like Instagram and social media for inspiration. Sure. But then still, the next level is like, help me then sort of translate that inspiration into a proper trip. And give me an idea of like what the cost is, like how long it takes to get there, what the best dates are to travel. So those are like the top things we see. But we continue to research and then adapt our list and test the feature. We do about 500 experiments a quarter, but then each experiment can have like 30 iterations. When we shipped our homepage, we had like 30 tests before we even shipped it.
Okay, and sort of A/B tests.
Yeah, A/B tests. Yeah. But we tweak the test, so it's not a different test. But every time we tweak the test a bit.
Yeah, and it sounds as if the sorts of things you're doing, are addressing the sort of frustrations and frictions of travellers, and that they're small things, but actually they make a huge difference.
Yeah. I think the key thing is there's small innovations and bigger innovations. But we say traveller first, but that is that when something is not liked by the traveller, we will not do it. And you could say, well, that's what you should do, but like. It could make more money. So we've given up millions of revenue to make sure that the traveler was happy. So we always put the traveler first. It's like traveler first, partner second, Skyscanner third. And that's a principle we live by. That's why we start our research with like what is the traveler gonna like instead of like how can we make more money, for example. Like you could do that as well. Or could you optimize something else? But we want to optimize for what the traveler likes. And if they don't like it, we don't do it.
Okay. And just as we finish up here, talk to us about the importance of partnerships.
Partnerships are, I think, getting more and more important because some of these innovations, they need like the supply chain.
Sure.
So, for example, if you want to implement NDC and you want to have like a great way to serve a special offer to a customer, you need like an enabler like Amadeus. You need an airline to participate to send the offer. You need the data to flow back and forward between all the three parties. So these partnerships, and then you could say, well, okay, we're going to show this special offer on Bing because we power Bing. But that takes like 4 players already. It takes an airline or an OTA, it takes Amadeus, it takes Bing, and it takes us. So that's why these bigger partnerships are so important, to really connect those dots and have an impact for the traveler. Because otherwise, you'll have like, you are nowhere near where you could be if you just try to do it on your own.
And you're finding that the sort of spirit of partnership, spirit of cooperation is there in the travel industry.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I came from Microsoft, so like I grew up in partnerships. I've always like what you can partner, you shouldn't build yourself. So yeah, and I feel that like strong spirit, like airlines, OTAs, Amadeus, Microsoft, Amazon, we work with, all to make these big things happen. And then we make incremental progress and we make big progress. Like that's kind of the blend between the two.
John, great talking to you in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you.